What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 19 of my Modern Warfare 3 Chronicles. In this episode, I'm going to be covering the game type that came out with, I believe, DLC drop number 3. The last two episodes were about the maps of DLC drop number 3, and these were special maps because they also came with a new game type, being 1v1, 3v3, 2v2, or the whole collection playlist is known as Face Off. And I kind of like Face Off. Personally, out of all the... I know when they said with Elite you'd be getting more than just maps, you'd also be getting game types, and I didn't know how they were going to really incorporate like a big game type. Like there's something like sort of it's not exclusive to Call of Duty, but sort of like Headquarters, Search and Destroy, kind of, you know, like not games that I'm saying are exclusive to Call of Duty or Call of Duty came up with, but those are the kind of games I associate with sort of being Call of Duty, like something like Team Deathmatch and Capture the Flag. That's in every game you can possibly think of, any kind of first-person shooter, even non-shooter games. Those are pretty standard game types. And then there's something like maybe VIP and Halo or something like that. So you kind of think more exclusive to that game. But I didn't know how they were going to incorporate more games like that into this. So I really like all the other ones that they've incorporated. But this one I didn't feel was as creative. I mean, it's not very creative. I mean, it's plenty of other games have 1v1s, 2v2s. I mean, I started shooters with Halo, and I will sometimes compare that to that because I don't play too many other shooters. But if there's another shooter to kind of relate to, I think it's a pretty popular one, so most people could. And anyone who played Halo 3 would know back then they actually had some. I don't know if the playlist is still there now, but they did have 1v1s. Halo's always had 2v2. 2v2 is actually my favorite, and it doesn't work as well in Modern Warfare 3 as it does in other games like Halo or Gears of War, where it's actually kind of like it matters, your teammates matter. In Call of Duty, I mean, you gotta face it, like, you can work as a team if you work as a team and coordinate airstrikes or kill streaks or holding down an area. You can do it that way, but it's not really like Halo where you can... If you haven't played the games, it's hard to explain, but it's not the same type of co-op teamwork that the shooter involves. In Halo, I mean, in Call of Duty, you can be a one-man army. You can run around the map and kill everyone. You don't need your teammates. That's cool. In Halo, you really can't get away with that quite as much. Or other games, Gears of War, Halo, just examples I'm using. Also because they also Halo didn't have I don't think it may have had a playlist at one time for 3v3. 3v3 I kind of like because Team Tactical's been around since COD 4, and I really like Team Tactical. It's always one of my... There's something more fun about playing Team Tactical than any other, like there's just normal Team Deathmatch, but Team Tactical, Team Deathmatch. I don't know. I usually feel more fun. I personally prefer more when it's just my friends playing with me, when it's 4v4. I played actually recently now, just got off a game of 3v3, which is I think my favorite personally. But I was having some good 2v2 games, and it's kind of like the difference between, usually when I play with some friends, I play with 2, maybe 3 friends, and then we have some randoms, and oftentimes you kind of place the blame on these randoms who, you know, or go very negative and stuff. So if you're the person who complains about that all the time, this is the kind of playlist for you, because it's just you and your friends. So now there's a playlist for any setting, even 1v1, which I'm going to be talking about last, but we'll focus on 3v3 being kind of my favorite, because I usually seem to end up with like 2 friends and myself, so that's really, really nice that we can work out there. My only problem with 3v3 is I don't know why they did this exactly. I really don't. It's something I dislike. I understand the concept, but I really dislike the forcing you out of party chat, which is... I love party chat, really. I mean, I used to play Halo 2, and you'd be talking to your friends in a conversation, you drop in a lobby, someone else is talking, and you'd both be talking over each other, and someone would be like, hey, shut the fuck up. And you'd be like, whoa, man, we're just talking. He's like, no, you shut the fuck up, I'm talking. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying that happened every single time, but it's the kind of thing that would happen. So I love party chats, and I really dislike that they force this out, because, let's face it, no one really plays to, at least none of the people I play with, and most casual people who play Call of Duty don't play hardcore where they're like, oh, they're at, you know, hill spawn A in the second section, turn to your left at 90 degrees and shoot and you'll get them. Like, no one does too many call-outs like that in any of these, you know what I mean? But 3v3, like I said, is my favorite. The maps, which you can all go check in my last episodes, were, like I said, really worked well with the whole... They're all supposed to be smaller, and each map actually plays differently. One is particularly small, good for running gun, close quarters, SMGs. shotguns. One is almost actually a ground, I think it is the sniper map. It's really, you can use an assault rifle, you can get away with an SMG, but it's actually a sniper map, even though it's very small. But I really like the way it plays. It's probably my favorite now. And then the other two are good for pretty much intermediate. Everything works out, but it's very small maps, but not like you can really just shoot right across or toss grenades right across. They're set up very nicely, and I do note that I they could have just been, ragtag thrown together, but I do like it. So they obviously put work into that, and I like that. And like I said, 3v3 is probably my favorite. It's the one I don't see in a whole lot of other games. I know Halo Reach has multi-team, and there's I think it's 3v3. Yeah, it is. But 3v3 is, I think, a least seen game type as far as I've seen, because we've had Team Tactical. There are plenty of games that do 4v4, and then there's most games come with 1v1, 2v2, like doubles. But 3v3 is a little less seen. So then we get to doubles, and I feel like doubles is almost more competitive than any other game type, because it's like you and your best buddy or some random guy you meet online who you're trying to frantically shout out even though he doesn't have a mic to work together. And I like it. I really do like it. You kind of only see two game types. There are no objectives as far as I know. There's just kill confirmed, which is sort of objective, but it's more killing based. Kill confirmed and team deathmatch. And I've played quite a few 3v3, 2v2, 1v1 games, and I haven't seen any other game types, so I assume those are the only ones, and that works fine for me. But like I said, 2v2, I've seen a lot of variations of 2v2. Like I said, I think it's the most competitive. It's my favorite thing to watch. It's one of my favorite things to play competitively. Like when I could be doing 1v1, it's just like, I'm trying, but not too hard. 3v3 is a little laid back, but 2v2, it's like, there's something, especially in Halo doubles, 2v2 is where I've always had the most fun playing competitively, and usually I play with my best friend or a friend. Well, I mean, all my friends are sort of my best friend. I just mean playing with a friend in general. Not anyone specific, but just playing with someone, working, it's just you and your friend, and you're working together against two other guys. It's fun. It can be very competitive in my opinion, and it's a good competitive though. So I think, like I said, for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, I think 3v3 is my favorite, but 2v2 under most circumstances are usually my favorite, and I think it's still the most intense, but like I said, 3v3. And so, just coming down to 1v1, I've played quite a couple of 1v1 games. It's really good to give someone 1v1 is really good for the sense in if you're the player who plays alone, or my friends aren't on right now. I don't want to go into a game. So now my choices are with randoms or anything. I don't want to get matched with his team. Like my choices are free for all or mercenaries, and I've always liked mercenaries as the alternative to free for all. If you don't want to play with other people, don't want to play against the clan, that kind of thing. Don't want to rely on other people. But now you have another choice. You have 1v1, and 1v1, I think most people would say, is the more intense one. Unfortunately, it seemed like 1v1 kind of went. It seemed so unmatched. Like a couple games I played where I just was completely dominating the other person. I had 10 kills, they had no kills, they couldn't do anything about it. I had them on lockdown and they would quit, and it's kind of understandable. And I kind of got messed up on one game, but really you can come back. It's, at least for me, 1v1 is a different experience from anything else, because it's not like free for all where I know it's like you versus everybody, you're on your own anyways, but it's kind of like there are other people running around, so some people come in, they take kills and stuff. But this is 1v1 is a very different. It's it's solitude. It's just you versus another person. People would argue that's the most intense one, but I always felt like 2v2 was the most intense, in my opinion. I know you don't have someone watching your back in 1v1, but then again, the other person has someone watching their back, so. But yeah, I really do like the whole 2v2, 3v3, the whole addition here is really good. Just wrapping up my thoughts, I think it's not the most. Obviously, it's not like the most inventive thing, like this is a brand new game type, but I think it's kind of nice that they added it in. One thing that's good about Call of Duty is how it has such a big community, everyone's playing it, that they can have so many different playlists, and it's okay. A lot of games don't want to run different playlists because it makes it too diverse, then no one can ever find a game. But that's one good thing I can usually say about Call of Duty, is because it has so many people, you can always find a game even in the most obscure playlist, which is nice, because I don't like to play a lot of the mainstream team deathmatch, domination, search and destroy. I'm just guessing those are like the top rated ones, probably Kill Confirmed, or like the top most popular playlist. And I assume that the ones I really like to play aren't pretty much mainstream top of the line. So I really like the addition. It's a good add-on. It plays well. I have no complaints about it. And it's, like I said, really good add-on. I do like this whole drop with the DLC and the game type. So that'll do it for this. If you guys feel the same way, have any other experiences in other games with the same kind of game modes, or played this yourself, like it, dislike it, let me know why. And until next time, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later.